world of cross-country skiing, much revolves around the major championships and the World Cup. But one annual event stands out in the world of snow and wax. Vasaloppet, the longest, oldest and biggest long-distance cross-country race in the world. This 90-kilometre mass start event in classic style attracts both the masses and the elite to fight their way from Sälen to Mora in Sweden in the hunt for everlasting glory. Around 15,000 skiers took on the monumental task in this year's edition of the race, and as the starter's gun went off, the elite men and women, as well as the recreational athletes, fought hard to get a good position ahead of the first uphill part of the race.
And the first hill climb of this race, and there you see Jerry Arlen on the left wearing number 67, the double poling, wearing no grip wax of course here today in this race, very difficult. And there you see the defending champion Jürgen Brink up the front first up.
Tordius Bershheim from Norway took the early command in the race, securing a good margin on the rest of the field, winning 3 sprint prizes and gaining some valuable time on television as well.
So the young Norwegian still ahead as we come up to the first of 4 sprint stages in small gun. He's gonna take the points. The young Norwegian, wow, what a start to the race. Really is making a name for himself here in Vasaloppet. A chasing pack, there you see them in the back. A big chasing pack indeed, and they're slowly catching up to the young Norwegian as he's going to cross the line in 29.40 seconds.
Vasaloppet was the 4th leg of the newly established Ski Classic Series, and the bigwigs in the race kept themselves well positioned in the front group. Sweden's Jerry Arlen, representing the Norwegian team of extra personnel, has been one of the greatest long-distance skiers in the world in last years and had already won 2 races in the Ski Classics this year. But Arlen has never won Vasaloppet, and being a Swede, that stands at the very top of your agenda. And already with more than 60 kilometres to go, Arlen couldn't wait any longer and made his move.
Well, finally, we're seeing a skier trying to catch up on the leader here. Jerry Arlen wearing number 67, the double poling style. 47 seconds behind now, slowly catching up to the leader.
Arlen split the field to pieces with his move, and for 2 of his compatriots, the increased speed was extra critical as both 3-time champion Oscar Svärd and the reigning champion Jürgen Brink had broken one of their poles just before the move and had dropped down the field. With 35 kilometres to go, only Rezak and Arlen's teammate Jürgen Auckland could keep up, but the trio started to tire and no one was willing to up the pace anymore. Instead, last year's winner, Jürgen Brink, racing for Team United Bakeries, was closing in. Having been more than a minute behind, he was closing in fast.
Well, look at Jürgen Brink. He's just behind the leading 3. Now, what a catch-up this has been. It was a slow start, but he's well and truly up the front now, the defending champ. As we come to the final checkpoint in this race, this great race, 90 kilometres of course, and there is just 4 skiers in it.
Approaching the finish line in Mora, there were still 4 skiers in with a chance to grab victory, and it was now evident that this was going to end in a thrilling sprint finish.
Well, what a finish this is going to be, just like 12 months ago. It's going to come down to the wire. Jürgen Brink, the defending champ, just ahead of Rajak from the Czech Republic. They're going toe for toe. It's still Brink ahead. Auckland falling behind in 4th position. Not far to go now, 30. Rajak makes his move, moves across. Side by side, Jürgen Brink looking to defend his title, and he's going to take it on the line. What a victory. Once again, Rajak takes 2nd. Well, Jerry Arlen comes in 3rd position.
A heroic race by Brink, who managed to overcome his troubles during the race and come out victorious, becoming the oldest champion in the history of the competition with his 36 years. While both Rezak and Arlen will have to wait for their maiden victories in this magnificent race.
This was a fantastic race for me. It was up and downs, and to be first here in Mora, it was awesome.
What happened during the race?
Yeah, my pole broke, so I had no basket on it. So then it was a very flat part, and I had no chance to push. And there I lost almost 1 minute.
Did you ever feel that you might lose this?
Yeah, I felt shit. This was this was it. But then I start to find the rhythm again, and I heard it was closing. It was 40-30 seconds. Then mentally you are more fresh. Then when I catch the group, I felt this. I can do it.
The women's race went to Sweden's top skier Jenny Hansson, who defeated her teammate from Team Spirit, Susanne Nystrom, to take her first title in this prestigious race. Looking at the overall standings after 4 out of 6 events in the Ski Classics, Stanislav Rizak's runners-up spot in Vasaloppet was enough to put him in the lead, ahead of Arlin and Svärd, while Brink moved up to 5th spot. In the women's standings, Seriana Borna still tops the chart, but it's a very tight race within the top 4, and the team competition seems to become a duel between Team Spirit and Team Extra Personnel. While Brink and the other top athletes made their way to the banquet after the race, the masses were still pouring towards the finish line, some having to endure 12 hours on the track to complete the race, but still with a broad smile on their faces.